Well, good morning, dear ones. Robert Brzezinski with you. I have our background banner up. Look at that. Ready? Here comes the big reveal. Who is our very, very special guest today? The Reverend Dr. David Ault.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're with us this morning.
Oh, I'm so glad to be invited. Thank you.
Yeah, we've got the long time stretch going this morning, folks. Reverend David's in Atlanta, so he's had a couple hours jump start on me this morning. If he feels a little more awake to you than I do, uh, but we're grateful you're with us. And for everyone watching online, welcome. Good morning. It is another grand and glorious Saturday. Oh, and look at that. The most beautiful and amazing professional practitioner that I've ever met is with us this morning. So, hello, dear. I love it when my wife shows up
No
and
bias
supports.
there. No bias.
None of, oh, all kinds of bias. So, so folks, this show is all about prayer. The idea is that let's immerse ourselves in spiritual mind treatment and prayer. And it started for me about I was actually sharing 30 days ago. The first broadcast was on the 18th of last month, and we move forward. So along the way, I've gotten to bring in some great friends and colleagues and people I get to pray with a lot, and people I haven't prayed with in forever. And as Dr. Dave and I were talking about, we've probably stood in a prayer circle before, but I don't know that we've ever had this direct of an opportunity before. So we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
And if you'd like to get your prayer requests into my prayer work, my prayer book, please send an email, revbriz@spiritevolving.com. And or if you'd like to have your prayer spoken into this room, then we'd love to add you into our prayer work here live as well. So, all right. Looks like we've got some people on with us this morning, Dr. David, so I'm grateful for that. And we're going to ask you the same question we ask everybody in
Mm.
this time. What's been in your heart? What's been in your prayer work?
Just a deeper call to remember. And I, it sounds strange sometimes to say it, and I don't speak it aloud very often because I try to be sensitive. But there's actually something inexplicably thrilling about all of this. There's something uh, big waiting on the other side, whatever the other side is, and so I take it upon myself to be a willing and open vessel for that thrilling expectation. It,
Yeah.
it reminds me so much of everything that we've been taught in our philosophy and creating the embodiment of that solution in our minds first. And so, yes, I do teeter totter and seesaw back sometimes into the worry and the anxiety, but I really have strengthened my willingness to lean more into the thrilling expectation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I keep thinking about what Rumi said about living your life as if everything is rigged in your favor. And so I keep going back to that. That's my touchstone where I go, okay, all of this is rigged in my favor. And
Yeah.
so what's mine to do then with that?
Yes. And we definitely have been hearing that theme
Mhm.
on this program over the last month. And I will share with you, it's amazing that, remember, folks, I don't talk to guests ahead. I mean, we don't coach anybody on what to say or what the philosophy says. We don't discuss any of that stuff. And if you watch these videos, there is definitely a theme that has emerged, and you're absolutely hitting upon that theme. Lot of, I think there's a lot of excitement for the to let go of what no longer serves, and really be able to move out, and embrace what the new normal is going to be, what the new excitement's going to be. So cool. Hey, I want to do a quick shout out to Laura Lee. Welcome. Good morning. I'm glad you're with us today as well. And Ursula is here. Ursula is one of our regulars. She rarely misses a prayer. Glad to have you with us here this morning, dear one.
The way this pops up on the screen. That's awesome.
And I get all the fancy toys, so
You do.
it's all kinds of fun. So, all right, well, folks, this is what we call share a prayer. So I'm going to invite Reverend Dr. David to get us started, and he'll move us into a spiritual mind treatment, into that prayerful place. And at some point, Spirit will say, "Okay," and he'll sort of pass it over to me. I'll wrap it up, and then we'll move into the next portion of our day. So if you're in a comfortable place, please kick back, relax, close your eyes, and Dr. David, please take us away.
Absolutely. So let's start with a little math. So I invite you to breathe in on a count of three. Deep breaths on the count of three. Hold for two, and then release for five. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3. Hold for two. Release for five. And then do that once more on your own rhythm. Breathing in for three. Holding for two. Releasing for five. And once more. And how precious and amazing it is to know that in that breath is contained everything that we need. Everything that we need. We live in the isness of the all. And in that all is that which we seek, even long before the idea or the desire to seek it is manifested. And so when we become in tuned with that, when we recognize that, then we realize that not only are we a part of that all, that we are absorbed in it. And that everything that we long for is ours, it is here. And so we establish this atmosphere, this place of breath and of recognition that helps excavate the already having received attitude. This is the way in which we launch this prayer. And we take that which we desire. We take the assurance of the calm and the peace that is already in existence. And we recognize that we do not need to travel to seek to earn it, that we simply unveil all of the layers that prohibit us from recognizing and remembering that it is there. We live as though, as the poet Rumi said, that the universe and everything is operating and is rigged in our favor. And so let us continue to breathe into that recognition. Let us understand and know that we are inescapably intertwined with that all. That everything that we desire is already here. And so as we bathe in that recognition, we allow that awareness to travel from the crown of our head to the soles of our feet. We recognize and know that whatever human fear comes up, that that is a signal to simply pivot back and to recognize that everything that we long for, we already have. That everything we desire to be, we already are. And so the best way for us to be in alignment with that is to pray, to be in the stillness, to lay down any burden, and to understand and know how precious we are. As our founder, Ernest Holmes, said, the cosmic mind is positive and it is certain of itself and it is sure of the outcome. So we allow that certainty now to breathe bigger, to breathe larger, to have space within us. We allow that certainty to handhold us into greater vistas of exploration and embodiment. We allow anything unlike this to simply be set aside. We do not condemn it, we do not condemn ourselves, but we breathe in a deeper understanding and a compassion for the human journey, the density of the human journey, and how beautiful it is to be a part of this curriculum once we realign and remember that we were made for times such as this. And so we create and add in a mixture of intention. And we say, today we are receptive, we are open and available to any and all things that are uniquely designed for us. And anything that is in resistance to that, we simply allow it to be let go. And we become that open channel. We say yes, and we champion that which is rigged in our favor. And we know indeed that all is well, for all is God, and we are a part of that cosmic mind. And in the certainty of that, I with great joy pass this on to my beloved brother Rob.
Mm. And I feel that vibration of absolute truth, the absolute affirmation that yes, everything is rigged in my favor. And so I know everything is rigged in your favor, in the favor of everyone across this entire planet. For it is all one human family, one divine expression of God's life. I'm reminded that there is that one life. That life is perfect. That life is God's life. That life is my life, your life now. And it really could be no other way. The allness of life, the isness of life, the grand evolution of life is happening right now before our very eyes. A new masterpiece being painted, a new symphony being created, a new vision for life, for joyous life, for ecstatic life, for a life that works for everyone. I see that vision emerging into human reality right now. And I'm in that place of excitement for how this vision shows up, for what the next great revelation may be. See, what I know is I know this collective human experience that is right now having its way with planet Earth, with all of life. This one experience is an outpicturing of the collective human consciousness. And so I know that as the consciousness is shifting through this time of reclusion and respite, that there's a new form, a new experience already on its way, already being birthed into the world. And we see pictures of that, we see images of that, we see pockets of that emerging already. People serving and supporting in ways that never before. I stand witness to the crumbling and the letting go of old paradigms, old thought systems and beliefs, old organizations, the things that no longer serve humanity and its life and the joy and the love. All that oldness, I see it as it crumbles away and just dissolves back into the nothingness from whence it came. And from there, I recognize that there is a newness being born and that all is well. That this grand vision reveals itself, and I claim for each an experience of saying yes to being a part of that, to serving that vision, and to knowing that it is all God, it is all good, and all is well. So I am grateful for this reminder this day, for this opportunity to be in this experience. Most especially grateful to know that God's got this, and so I can let it be. I can relax, let go, release the word into the law that has already said yes, and know this as done. And so it is.
And so it is.
Mm,
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. And so it is. Oh, good to be with you folks. We got a couple folks, San Jose, Paul Witt, and Judy Lawrence as well. Glad you're with us this morning also. Now, folks, we do want to make sure you know how to stay in touch with Dr. David. And number one is his Facebook page. So he's been tagged in this or in the original description. You should find him that way, or there's the link. And now you've also got a foundation that's doing some really, really great work in the world. If you would share with us a quick minute or so on what the Kaleidoscope Child Foundation does.
We are centered around education predominantly, and so we go into areas across the planet that are basically denied to that. So it's kind of the poorest of the poor. So we're in Bihar in the state of India, and we built a school in slums there, and also in Bodh Gaya where the Bodhi tree is. And
Mm.
then my long-standing work has been in Cambodia. So we have two campuses there, and then we work in Guatemala also. So right now we're delivering education to over 1,000 children who normally wouldn't have access to that. And then that opens up another arena of, well, it's got to be more than that. There's got to be water, food, the whole holistic model. So it's big work and it's fulfilling work, and I'm just so grateful to be leaning into that.
Gotcha. Great. Good, good, good. All right. Well, thank you for being with us. Oh, and folks, remember, if you're here on a Saturday morning, let me remind you that I am going to do another version of my meditation mini retreat. It's a 3-hour experience. It's going to be 2 weeks from today, and it'll start at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain. So just following this program, and offering that up as a love offering, as a gift, as if you can contribute, please do, and if not, don't let that stop you. Join us anyway. It's going to be a really deep and introspective 3 hours. I promise you, you will walk away with a deeper perspective of your own calling on the planet and what you're here to do and fulfill and how you're here to serve. So consider joining us for that. Check out Dr. David's foundation there, and make sure you check out his Facebook page. We also have a couple of always got a couple of affirmations. Louisa, glad you're with us. Like to check on these. And I definitely think we touched a heart with Laura Lee this morning. So thank you for being with us, Laura Lee. Dr. David, it's so good to be with you. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
We're going to let everybody get back to their days from here. And folks, we'll be back again tonight, 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time, for evening prayers, a chance to reflect on everything that manifested because of this morning's prayer. So we love you. Peace and blessings. Have a great
All right.
Saturday now. Bye now.
Bye bye.